We're about to play Titled Arena. We need to beat some gems. Stay tuned. So the first game is against Sam. We're playing an international master. He's 2800. Let's play e5. Oh boy, bishop c4. Let's develop the knight to f6. He's playing the bishop opening. Let's just develop two pieces. Knight c3. I'm just developing normally. Looks like he wants to play a Vienna setup with knight e2 f4. Let's see though. Bishop g5 pins my knight. I'm just gonna immediately put the question to that bishop. And then he pulls the bishop back to maintain the pin. Now I'll play d6 to develop. I may castle on the queen side because I'm gonna chase that bishop again. So he plays knight a5 to pick up my bishop. That's a decent move. Let's just pull the bishop back though. That's fine. And then he plays c3. Let's just develop our bishop here, looking to exchange some bishops. Again, I'm planning on playing g5, so I may have to castle on the queen side. He pins my knight instead, and I'm not trying to castle like this because that's an annoying pin. So let's play g5, chase away that bishop, and then once the bishop moves, I'll go queen e7, and then I'm just going to castle on the queen side. This is not a bad position so far. So knight f3 was played. I'm already thinking about playing knight h5, but that's a tactic I don't want to allow. Let's just get our king to safety. We have to keep up the time. I'm looking to start an attack on his king side. So he took. Let's just take back. He has the bishop here, but my king is not in too much danger, to be honest. His king is in the center. He's the one who needs to be careful here. Okay, he goes queen c2. Not sure why, but let's play h5. If he takes, his bishop is trapped. His time is running, so I need to attack him so that way he burns more time. Okay, he plays h4, which means if I push, his knight goes here. But that's fine. Let's just push. Hit the knight. He went back with the knight. I want to do this, but I don't want to blunder a pawn. Let's put the knight here though. I want to go f5 or d5. And I need to just keep up the time because his time is running, and I like that. My lord, I'm ahead by an entire minute. Okay, b4 looks like he wants to start some attack, so let's go f5. He took. Let's take with the bishop. I now have this f file. I want to play e4. I want to swing my rook to the f file. He castles his king, and I want to attack this pawn. So maybe I need to do knight here, knight here. Let's do that. Going for this pawn. Okay, he's trying to open some lines to attack my king though. So let's put my knight here, attack the bishop. He pulls the bishop back. I'm going to push this, hit the bishop again. He moves the bishop. Now we go here, hit this pawn. Love my position. Plus his time is running out. I'm just going to keep up the pressure. So he put some pressure on this pawn. I'm not comfortable there. So let's go here. Remember, don't allow this to happen. He pushes. If I takes, his rook takes. So I'm going to push to not open any lines. He pushes again, but to not open any lines, I'm going to push again. Now his rook does not have a file. He's attacking this twice, but I could take here. But let's play c6 first to guard this. And then after d4, he's applying some pressure here. But let's now play. Wait, if I takes, that's a free pawn though. And it attacks his knight. Let's grab this pawn, hit the knight. And then I just need to get my rook on this open file. Ah, but he's playing fast. He catch up the time though. I'm ahead by a pawn. Okay, knight here. We just need to play fast. Okay, let's go here. We just need to play fast now. Okay, he's trying to trade. That's another free pawn. Let's keep going. I'm ahead by 2 pawns. I just need to keep up the time now. Okay, not sure what that did, but let's take here. He has to trade first, and then, oh, that's a good move. What the heck? Oh, let's go here. That's fine though. That should be fine. Okay, okay, I'm in trouble now. Okay, let's do this to guard the rook. Oh, I'm in some trouble now. I could have just checked. Oh, let's do... That doesn't work. Okay, I'm gonna go here to attack the rook. If he checks, I block. His rook is under attack. And then I'm gonna attack the queen. We're both in time pressure. Okay, let's hit the queen. He took. Now let's take. Oh lord, I'm winning. Holy shit, I'm winning. Oh boy, let's push the pass pawn. Okay, push the pass pawn. Oh, he missed it. What the fudge? Let's guard the knight. 6 seconds. Okay, I have to do this. Take that pawn. Attack the rook. Prevent that pawn from queening. Okay, let's just move. Okay, let's move again. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! What? Oh, oh God. Alright. Our opponent is 1900, so let's just take this win and move on. He's playing the French defense. I need to play fast as well, so let's guard the pawn. He develops his knight. Not a terrible move. I'm going to go knight to e2 here to guard this pawn. Let's see how he responds. Then he plays e5. That's also a nice move. Oh, so if I takes, he takes. So let's take here. And then once the queen takes, he's attacking this. And then I have, oh, he took this first. Well, I don't mind if he takes that first. Let's just take here then. But he still wants to take this pawn. I don't want to allow that. So I'll play c4 to guard the pawn. And then I'll castle on the next move. Okay, he en passant, let's just develop the knight. He's basically helping me, to be honest. And that's a nice pawn. It's weak, but it could also be a strong pawn. He develops his knight. I'll simply castle my king. He's not able to take. And then once he develops his bishop, I'll also develop my bishop, applying some pressure here. And okay, now he should be able to take. Because then if I take, he take. Okay, maybe. Yeah, my bishop is not in a good position, actually. Let's pull it back to f4. So now he's not able to take. So I just wasted some time there, so that's bad. My development is not too bad though. He develops his bishop to attack my queen. Let's just go queen e2. And then I want to get my rooks in the game, simple stuff. I may put my bishop here just to bait him to play h6, and then I'll sack the queen and check. And then I'll sack the bishop. Okay, so he goes here, so he's looking to trade, so I'm gonna go here. That's what I wanted to do. And then once he plays h6, then we sack the bishop, and then he's gonna get checkmated. Okay, very thematic sacrifice, by the way, because he's not able to move the knight due to checkmate. It doesn't mean I'm winning, but it's just a very hard attack to defend against. He has some very active pieces though, so I may need to get my rooks in the game very, very quickly, especially since he's able to do this with the bishop. Maybe the sack was premature, but let's see. All right, let's start by giving a check here, because he's planning on attacking my queen anyways. He puts the king there. I'm happy with that, because now he's not able to attack my queen. Let's get the rook in the game. I'm down by a piece, so I don't want to be trading too much. All right, he pulls the bishop back. How do I do this? I want to do this, but then he takes. I'm trying to find a way to get my rook in the game. So let's take this rook, check, and then swing this rook in the game. And then my rook is going to be in the game, and then his rook is not going to be in the game. Obviously, we don't want to trade because I'm down, so let's give a check here. And then once he responds to the check, I'll swing my rook over. This is winning. If he moves the king, my bishop checks, and that's mate. If he puts the king here, my rook comes over with check, and he has to block with one of his pieces. Okay, we won a game. Yeah, this bishop h6 sacrifices is very thematic. Oh, but then he's able to block with his knight. But if he blocks with his knight, I check, king has to move, and then I grab the knight, and I'm still winning. So let's give a check here. The king has to go here. I could check here, but then the king goes here. So let's take this, and then on the next move, I'll swing over my rook. So he's trying to trade queens, but this check is just completely winning. If he moves the king, I grab the queen. If he blocks with the bishop, I grab the bishop. I mean, he's probably going to resign here, to be honest. And he resigns. I'm sure the sack did not work, to be honest. But it's just a very hard sacrifice to deal with. Let's have a look on it. So right here, okay, the sack was actually correct. Rook e8 was correct. Queen g5 was correct. And here, rook e1 was not correct. So I needed to use the a rook and put the a rook on e1. I'm not sure what the difference is, but rook fe1 is just bad. He pulls the bishop back, and then I took, but then knight takes was just horrible, because now I'm able to check, and then check and pick up the knight. Oh, well, okay, in the opening, I want to see if, because he just needed to play queen takes. Queen takes, I would have castled, he took, and then maybe I would have gone rook e1. That was the plan anyways. All right, we're playing at 26-62 IM. He plays e4, let's go e5. And let's just develop normally, just developing the pieces. Looks like he's trying to play a Vienna game. So let's just keep developing normally. He develops his bishop. Let's go h6, chase that bishop. He took, queen takes, knight e2. There's no f4 here. And I like to play moves like knight a5 to pick up this bishop. But first, let me just get my king over the center. And then once he castles, seems like he wants to play f4, which I shouldn't be too afraid of. Knight here, hit the bishop. Yeah, let's just... Oh, but this is coming. I have to be very careful. Knight d5 is coming. Okay, so let's play bishop c5, just trying to prevent f4 first. And then after knight d5, we pull back. We have to guard this. And then c3 means he wants to play d4. So I'll play a6, and if d4, I pull the bishop back. He plays b4 though, and let's just pull our bishop back. That's a nice diagonal for the bishop. a4 means he's trying to play b5, which is annoying. His knight is in my half of the board, so let's just pull my knight back to get rid of his knight. Remember to get rid of pieces on your half of the board. That's crucial. He took, let's just take. He moves the king, which means f4 is coming. Let's just play d6 though and just finish our development. He plays f4. I can't play f5. This is pinned. I don't really want him to play f5 himself. So tricky situation to be in. But let's just take. Now once he takes, I want to develop like this, but I have to be careful, especially since he wants to play knight g6 to fort me. So let me get my king out the way. And I'm not gonna lie, I am behind in development here, and I would love to play bishop to e6, but that would just blunder my queen. So what are we gonna do here? Okay, he moves his queen. Not 100% sure what that does. So let's just connect the rooks so that way the rook guards each other. I think I need to get this bishop doing something. At least try to take this knight. Okay, so he took the pawn, and if I takes his knight check, and if I take his knight check, and then I move, his rook takes, then takes, and then I lose my queen. But he's still trying to do this anyway, so I have to do this. And then after the knight check, I'll just move. So I lost the queen, but I have two minor pieces for the queen. So it's losing, obviously, but it's not too bad because I also have the bishop here. So he still has to be very careful. All right, so he pulls the knight back. Let's double up. I'm already threatening some checkmating ideas. He guarded it with his knight, and I'd love to get my bishop here. So let's play rook here, and the plan is just to play bishop to g4. That would be winning. So he plays this, which means if I take his queen, it's going to take. But what if I attack the queen like this? Oh, he does this. Let's just move so that way he has no checks. It's not completely losing, but it's losing, you know. It's not completely losing, but it's losing. Okay, so he moves his king. Let's hit the queen, forcing the queen to move somewhere. And then he puts the queen here. I'm going to willingly play c6 and sack this pawn because it's going to allow my bishop to join the game. And it's going to be very tactical because my bishop is going to be on the same diagonal as his king. So taking on d6 is going to be a risky decision for him to make. And then if he puts his queen somewhere else, I'll apply some pressure to his knight. So he didn't do it. Let's go here, apply some more pressure to his knight. And I'd still love my bishop on this diagonal because his king is on that diagonal. So that's just my plan. I need to play fast though. Okay, so he guarded it, which means he's willingly losing a pawn. But let's pull the bishop back first, because I'm down in material, so one pawn by itself is not going to cut it. He moves his king. Okay, how do we do this? Takes, 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 takes. That's not enough material. So let's put the bishop back on this material. At least I could say his knight is just pinned. Yeah, his knight is just really pinned. So we just need to not blunder here. Let's just put the bishop here. From here, I'm just waiting, to be honest. Okay, g5 is a good move because now he's trying to unpin his knight. Probably I should have grabbed the pawn. Let's go here though. Let's just move. Then he moves his king. Let's play h5 here. That's coming. Oh my lord. So let's just move. This is losing. This is losing. That's a threat, but he's not going to fall for that. He could even pull his knight back. But I'm also trying to take here, so it's still a tricky situation. So he plays that. That's a good move. Let's just take here first. And then once he takes, I'll put my bishop here to attack his knight. And then he attacks my rook. But let's play g5 to attack the knight, guard the rook. And then I'm going to put my bishop here. Okay, it's not just losing. Yeah, no, it's just losing. Was it a good fight? I can't say that. Okay, this was not a good game. That was not a good game. There's so many games happening. I need to figure out how to play against the knight c3 something. Okay, this guy's 27-52. Let's go knight f6. He's playing the Jabova London. Let's go c5 here. This is all of this is gonna be theory. A6 is to prevent the knight from going here. Now I just need to develop my knight. He moves his knight. Let's just develop the bishop, guard the knight, and then after he moves the queen, we just need to develop normally here. F3 is to prevent knight e4. I like queen to b6 here though because it attacks both b2 and d4 at the same time. But he decided to castle his king, which is very interesting decision because now I'm going to attack his king. So let's just put my rook on the same line as his king here. Let's see how he does. I like this position already. So he plays a3 to prevent bishop b4. I understand that, but I want to go queen a5 and sack my bishop. Let's see. Knight takes doesn't work. Knight here. Okay, first I need to finish my development. I also need to castle my king, but I don't think I need to rush to get castled. So let's just go on with my attack because he's gonna attack on that side anyways, and my king is safe behind these pawns. He plays h4. If I do this, then his bishop is gonna simply take. I want to play b5, so let's just move our queen somewhere. I don't know, maybe here, and then I'm gonna play b5 with the idea of b4. So he plays h4. He wants to do this. Let's go b5. So basically, we're both attacking each other. He attacks my knight. I have to pull it back to the back rank, but I still don't think I'm in too much danger here. If I'm able to play b4, then I definitely starting some form of attack. That's a move which would be annoying. Takes, 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 king over, takes, takes, and then I'm fine. Okay. I just need to keep up the time. I like my position. Okay, so he moves his bishop. Let's play b4 and attack the knight. And once he takes, I'll take here. His knight is pinned, and I'm threatening to sacrifice my rook, which would be crazy. Okay, he plays g6. So how do I do this? If I sack the rook now, it doesn't work. If I develop the knight, it doesn't work. So I need to take. Let's take here. Let's take here. Now it's just a matter of whose attack is faster, basically. So he took. Obviously, I can't take here. He's also threatening to fork. I'm just going to develop my knight here. If he forks, then it is what it is, because I'm also going for his king. So it's not about material in this position. It's just about who checkmates who first. Okay, so if I takes, he's not going to take, but I'm threatening this, which would win his queen. So he moves the rook, which means if I takes, check, his king escapes. And then if I push, he gets to fork. So let's go queen to b6, attack this pawn. Still applying some pressure here. It's just such a dynamic position, man. Takes. Okay, so takes, check, king over, check, king up. Oh, his king is escaping. His king is just escaping. All right, now it looks like he wants to do this. And if I takes, he's gonna take this. What do I do? Takes. All right, let me just pull back. Okay, let me just pull back the knight. That knight is not really useful on the edge of the board anymore because he's escaping. Maybe I want to take on d4. It looks like his attack is just getting fast all of a sudden, but I just have to try to make my attack go through. I can't defend. Okay, so he took with the rook. What's the threat? There is a lot of threats. Okay, let's go here, and I'm just trying to check, and if he blocks with the knight, I win his queen. How does he respond to this? Maybe with a check, I move the king. Oh, but then he checks. Oh, my attack was not fast enough. Yeah, my attack was not fast enough. This bishop is too strong. Okay, now I have to go. My king is just trapped. Ugh. My king is just trapped. Damn. My attack is not fast enough, man. And that's mate. Wow. This was a very dynamic position, though. Is there any point in the game where my attack would have gone through, though? Rook c8. Knight a5. The position is in the negative. Oh, bishop b5. I forgot to get rid of my bad bishop. Oh my, that's okay. At least I learned something, because that's a nice idea. Just get rid of the bad bishop. Takes. And then this file is open. This is still coming in. That would have been a very nice idea. So we're playing at WFM. She's only 22-46, so I'm assuming I'm going to win this game. But let's see. It's a Sicilian defense. Let's just take. And knight f6. Let's just guard the pawn. And it looks like I'm going to be playing against a Nadorf. bishop e3. I'm comfortable playing against the Nadorf though, so this is all theory. Like, all of this is theoretical stuff. Bishop e7, we should play f3 to prevent the knight from going to g4. And then after a5 to prevent g4, here we go, bishop e2. This is not the main line. The main line is knight d5, but I'm just trying to be like Magnus because I saw that he did it before. But let's go knight d5 no, just planting the knight in there. And then the plan from here is actually to castle on the king side and launch the pawns on the queen side. So I'm going to show you guys how this plays out. So the knight took, let's just take, hit the bishop. And then once the bishop moves, I like to play c4 here. It prevents b5, and I'm just going to play queen d2 and castle. Let's see how she responds. a5. Okay, knight to d7 was played. Let's play queen to d2. I want to play knight a5 and attack this pawn. But a5 is, I'm not going to lie, I have issues dealing with a5. How does this go again? Where do I put the knight? Okay, let's just castle. I'm not sure. I guess the pawn is coming down and will attack my knight. And the only square for the knight is here. That's the only safe square. And I'm assuming I could get my knight back in the game, but not really sure what's happening here. I need to see what happens if a5, but I guess I'm going to learn it after this game. So h4 was played. I'm not afraid of that. Let's just get my knight back in the game. And it's the same plan from here. I'm still going to play b4. Still want to play c5. h3 was played. And I think I should play g4 because I saw g4. Yeah, I should play g4. And it also gains time on her bishop. And she have to move the bishop. So she moved the bishop. Now the question is, do I play b4? I like b4. Let's play b4. If en passant, then that's fine with me. And if not, then the pawn is ugly on a4. I still want to play c5. Okay, knight to f6 was played. If c5, it means I'm going to lose this pawn. And if g5, the knight could go here. So I'm not trying to rush this too much. There is also a possibility of e4 where, I mean, I should be able to put my knight here. So let's just get my rook in the game. c5 is an idea that could come down the line. This is just a normal position. I don't think anyone is winning here. Queen to d7 was played. That is some more pressure on g4. I should still be able to do this. Takes, knight takes. Not really comfortable with knight takes. Knight back to f2 is something. Let's go knight f2. It kind of prevents e4, it protects g4, and my bishop could go to d3 because this is not a good bishop because all my pawns are on light squares. So if I could get rid of this bishop, then that's a plus for my position. She's using up a lot of time, so that is good. I just need to keep applying pressure, keep playing fast. Rook to c8 doesn't do much. Let's play queen to d3. The whole idea is to get rid of my bad bishop, and that should be an improvement of my position. Okay, so she played e4 anyways, which means if I take, then there's this. If I takes, oh, now I see what the issue is. Okay, let's see. If I take, then the knight take, and then if I take, then the queen take. If I take, then the bishop takes, and then if I take, the knight takes, the queen takes, move, the queen check. Wow. Okay, we're actually just going to go back. So if she takes, I take, and my pawn is guarded. And I think she has to take because I'm going to play f4 next. But we have to speed up now. This is not the game to lose on time. So takes, I'm just going to quickly take and then quickly put my bishop on d4 and then quickly put my queen on f4. Okay, okay, let's just quickly take. That's a good square for a bishop. So the knight went back. Guess the bishop wants to go here. Let's just go here. Now is not the time to be too concrete. We just have to play faster moves. She put the knight back, and I'm not going to play this. Let's just get my rook in the game. I think now is the time to just play fast. She moved the king. That's a nice square for the queen. Let's just keep applying pressure. Rook goes here. That's 1, 2, 3 attackers. So let's go here, hit the rook. So the knight went back. Push. Okay, let's push. And because the bishop is the only defender of the rook, the knight went here though. What's the threat? Not seeing it. Let's just go back. That's not a free rook, by the way. So takes, let's takes. d6 is coming. And she lost on time. Okay, this was a nice game. I'm not going to lie. I need to see how I respond to a5. But I'm sure I played a nice game. Let's see. So all of this is theory. All of this is theory. Okay, so where did we go wrong? So knight d5, takes, bishop here. Okay, c4. c4 is where I went wrong. So I basically need to castle, but the purpose of playing c4 was to prevent b5. So what if b5 is still played? Oh, if b5, then I play a4. That's the thing. So I was scared of this, and that's all I needed to play. No takes, rook takes, pawn is weak. And if b4, queen d2 with the pawn, and if a5, then f4 and I started an attack. King is in the center. Okay, good, good. I'm learning, I'm learning. Okay, castle first. What if a5? No. Well, a5 immediately is a mistake. Okay, first let's see how I did in the game. Yeah, I'm just better here. Yeah, okay, white is just better here. So that was not bad. But I still need to see how I should have played here better. So bishop f5, and I should castle first. And if b5, I play a4. If knight d7, still not c4. So queen d2 first. But there's a5. a5, yeah, a5 is annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, a5 is annoying. And then basically c4 just doesn't help. So that's why I was slightly worse, because c4 doesn't help the position. So a5, I should play f4 because I'm threatening to hit the bishop. So if he plays a move like castle, I'm just gonna take here. So a5, okay, the round is gonna start soon. a5, f4, ef, bishop, bishop, bishop. Oh, but no, my knight. Oh, okay, now I get it. f4 basically gives the knight access to the d4 square. Now I know what's happening. Okay, we're playing at 2600 Brazilian FM. Let's go e4. Okay, we're playing a Sicilian defense. It's regular stuff. Develop the knight, move the pawn in the center. Now I guard the pawn. And after d6, we play bishop g5, Richaraza, e6, queen d2, get the king out of the center. h6 is very early though. Do I just take? That's a very early h6. Okay, I could just pull the bishop back. And then g5, I go here. Because takes, queen takes. What do I get? Let's pull the bishop back. Oh, but then there's... Oh, shit. Oh, there's knight takes. What? Why am I blundering already, man? Okay, so I basically just lost a pawn. Because if I take their queen, they take my queen. And if I take their knight, they take my bishop. Okay, now queen takes. What? Oh my lord. If I move the knight, I lose the knight. How can I even protect the knight? So let's go here. What have I gotten myself into? I just lost like so early. Now, if I... Okay, so my knight is under attack. Let's take here first. Let's take here first. Let's see if we can do the comeback of the century. Yo, I need to know those tactical ideas, man. It's crazy. So pawn takes. My knight is still under attack. I'm gonna put it on d2 so that way I could play c4. And now I just need to develop my bishop and get castled. Okay, so the bishop went here. Okay, let's just go g6, chase out his queen. And I'm castling either on the king side or the queen side. That's a nice square for the queen. Castling is very risky though, but I think that's the most efficient way to guard the pawn. Unless I go rook to b1. Let's try rook b1, maybe a3 next. That's too risky. So they castled. Now let's develop the bishop. Maybe the bishop belongs here, but I like this diagonal. And then I'm going to play a3, hit the queen. So e5, oh my lord. Okay, let's chase out that queen first, and then just castle the king. Okay, so the queen went here. c4 does not help. Let's just castle first. See what's really happening in this position. So I'm down by a pawn. Black has the center. Black has the bishop here. Black is just better. Okay, so e4. I have to put the bishop here, so let's not waste too much time. Bishop c5 hits the queen, but let's just go here and counterattack the queen. That's the only move that wouldn't have just lost a piece. Now black has to take, and then I take. Now I'm hitting this pawn and the bishop, so it looks like I got back my pawn, which is nice because he has to move the bishop. So the bishop move, let's just take back the pawn, and the position is now equal. That's nice. My knight is not trapped. My knight is under attack though. I could go here to counterattack the bishop, or I could go here to attack the pawn. So let's go here to attack the pawn. I don't mind if he gives up his bishop here. And if he takes, I takes. The bishop went here. Okay, let's go here. Just apply some more pressure to that pawn. He's not going to give up his bishop here so easily. d4 is a very good move. I shouldn't have allowed d4. Knight to... I like this move, knight c6. It attacks the pawn. His rook is not able to guard it. So now he has to just get resourceful. Let's see what he does. So that looks like a pawn. Okay, he could play rook c8, and then after the trade, he takes here. Okay, he pushes instead. Let's just take. Now I'm ahead by a pawn. So he attacks the knight. Let's say I counterattack the bishop. And then he takes, I takes. Or, let's see, where can I put the knight though? I don't have a good square for the knight. So let's put the knight here. And then bishop here. then I put the knight here. If I could just stay ahead by a pawn, that would be good. Okay, I need to play faster. Let's go here. I need to play faster. The rook goes here. Oof, that's bad. Okay, the bishop. Oh, I can't. Oh my god. Takes. Oh my god. Okay, let's just go here. So there's a little tactic here. It does not seem to work because if the rook takes, I'm gonna fork. So oh, but then takes. Oh, but it attacks the rook. Am I escaping? I have to play fast though. Okay, now the rook is under attack. The rook moves. Let's take here and then push. Let's attack the rook again. Oh, that wasn't bad. Now he can sack. Yeah, shit. Okay, that's fine. Hit the bishop. Let's attack the bishop again. Okay, now it's just a matter of speed. Hit the rook. That was bad. Okay, it's a matter of speed at this point. Just play fast. Roll the pass pawn, bro. Roll the pass pawn. Now let's go here. I'm threatening this. Now I'm threatening this. Okay, let's guard this first. Guard this. Oh, how couldn't I convert that, man? What? I need to start winning these games, man. All I'm doing is beating low-rated people. Okay, this guy's 22-52. Let's play e5 here. And let's develop, guard the pawn. He's playing the Italian game. Let's just go with the two knights defense. d3, let's go bishop c5. We're just developing our pieces normally here. c3, I'm going to play a6 so my bishop can go back to a7. And then after a4, here we go d6, just to develop. Knight d2, let's pull the bishop back to a7. This is all theoretical stuff, by the way. Black castles. Okay, no. Okay, let's just castle. Okay, this bishop doesn't necessarily have to be developed just yet because it's on a decent diagonal. So h3 was played. I'll play h6. I'm trying to get my knight to h7. So rook e1. There's a little maneuver here that I want to try. Okay, let's go knight e7 to g6. And then knight f1, I go knight g6. I'm trying to maneuver my pieces towards their king so that way I can start an attack. But there's this knight on g3 that I need to be aware of. So if I put my knight here, this knight will be able to go to h4. So let's just go bishop to e6, trade off that bishop, finish my development. Okay, the bishop takes, let's just take. My rook gets a nice open file. Queen b3 is nice because that looks like a fork. I could go queen d7 though, because if queen takes, I go here and the queen is trapped. So let's just go queen to d7. This pawn on b7 is actually poisoned. Bishop e3 was played though. So what I'll do is first I'll trade the bishops. If the rook takes, my knight gets f4 square in the future. Do I need to guard this pawn? I still don't need to guard the pawn, so let me place my knight on the f4 square. Again, if the queen takes, the queen is trapped, so no need to guard the pawn. I just need to keep it in mind though, if anything changes. Okay, so d4 was played. If I takes, then the pawn takes. He's threatening to take, so I'm currently forced to take. I'm not losing any material though. Pawn takes. Okay, after pawn takes, I need to get my king off this diagonal. So I'll play king to h8, and queen is still not able to take, but I'll play c6 and b5 next. Okay, he's using up a lot of time, so that's nice. So e5 attacks my knight, so I'm going to simply go here and attack the rook. e5 is a nice move though, because his knight could potentially get the e5 square. But let's see, where will he move the rook? So he pulls the rook all the way back. Alright, let's just do this, guard this pawn for now. If he takes, I take with the pawn, so the knight doesn't get the e5 square. So the rook went on the file, not terrible. Let me play rook f7. I could potentially double up my rooks. Knight e4 takes, I still takes. But if I double up my rook, alright, let's play b5. This is the first move I'm not sure of, because I'm trying to get my rook doubled up. So takes, I take, still doing fine. Then I'm going to go rook to f8. Then all my pieces are going to be active. He has to play fast, and I'm going to keep it that way. So the knight went back. Let's double up the rooks. The knight went here. Where's the knight going? Not 100% sure. It's not really dangerous though. Okay, let's go here. Put my knight here. It's just a weird position. So he pulls his knight back, not seeing where that is going. Let's put my knight here, and then I could put this knight on d5. Okay, he moves the queen. Let's quickly attack the queen. Then he moves the queen again, and then I got him with a fork. Very good, very good, very good. He moves the queen. Let's grab this. And now that we're winning, we just need to start trading. He moves the queen. Let's grab this. No, that's going to be a free pawn. I don't want to blunder anything though. So let's chase out the queen first. I'm not comfortable with the queen on my half. I'm going to go here because I want to trade queens. He didn't trade, blundered a pawn, but then I got back this pawn. His time is still very low. That's not a bad move, but let's just take and allow it. And then I check. At least I'm attacking him. This is going to be a mate, I'm assuming. Check. King has to move, and then I push. Okay, this is very nice. Now I'm threatening this. Once I put my rook here, that's going to be a mate, and there's no way to prevent it. He moves his rook, but that's a checkmate. Not bad. We're playing at 2594 International Master, and he's playing the Scandinavian defense. Let's develop, hit the queen. He pulls the queen one square back. Let's just put our pawn in the center. He develops the knight. From here, it's just normal development. Let's just develop g6. Guess he's trying to fianchetto. I'm going to play h3 to prevent his bishop from going here. And then I'm going to play bishop e2 and castle. Nice. Alright, so my king is safe. Question is, where do I put this bishop? And I also need to ensure that I keep this pawn guarded. He moves the knight to attack this. I like knight b5 though, because it attacks the queen. And once the queen moves, bishop f4 applies more pressure to c7. Oh, okay, obviously he has knight. How did I miss that? That's fine though. Let's just pull the bishop back. And once he chases my knight, I pull the knight back. It's not losing. It's just a double pawn. Okay, so we need to get our rooks in the game. He develops the bishop. c4 loses a pawn off the bat, so let's get this rook in the game. And he's basically holding on to my light squares. I'll play knight e4 though to guard the c4 square. And then he plays c5. Looks like a free pawn, but it seems very risky. So instead I'll play bishop f3, applying some pressure here. He moves the queen, and now I'm able to play d5 and attack his bishop. Oh, but then he has rook to d8 though. Okay, he didn't play rook to d8. He moves the bishop, which means I need to get my queen off of that file because I'm sure the rook is going to get there. c4 I'll play eventually. And if I'm able to get a pawn here, that would trap his bishop. He plays c4, which means he didn't allow me to play it. But first, let's go bishop f4, threaten to trap his bishop. Then the question is, where do I put this rook? It's either d1 or b1, but it has to be an open file. He moves the queen. That's not going to trap the bishop. I could go here and attack the queen. That's not a bad square. Okay, let's go here, hit the queen, and then once the queen moves, I put my bishop on d4, and that's not a bad position. He moves the queen, bishop d4, guard my knight, and okay, now I can't move that rook. Well, I can. Eventually, I may lose that pawn. I think I need to start an attack on the king here, especially since my time is running out. Attack is what comes more naturally, you know? Oh, that's a pawn. Oh, that's a pawn. So he has to defend it. And if he puts the rook there, I play g4. And if he, okay, so the queen went to b2, and okay, he's attacking this. So if I play here, then the bishop goes here. But then I go here, and then he plays queen takes. So maybe I need to guard the pawn first, like this. Okay, let's just guard the pawn first. If he takes, he loses his knight, so that's not bad. And I'm still threatening this and this. I just need to keep up the time now. Now define b5, d6. b5, d6 doesn't do much, but let's see. I think my plan is to attack his king. I'm not really seeing any attack, but I'm just trying to play fast. Okay, so b5, hit the rook. Rook move. Okay, let's do it. No, if I push, he takes though. Almost blundered. Alright, let's play g4. Hit the bishop. Force the bishop all the way back. That's nice. And then if I go here, he takes. And then I take. And then he takes and I take. So if I... Okay, let's do it. I'm about to be ahead by an exchange. That is not bad. Let's grab the rook. And once he grabs my knight, I grab this. Rook to e8. Okay, he didn't play rook e8. Let's just take. So currently I'm ahead by an exchange. He took, which means he's trying to take here. My rooks aren't the most active, but I'm going to work with it. I just need to attack him now. Let's go here, hit the rook. He has to put the rook somewhere, which he did. Okay, how do I get more pieces in the game? Okay, first I need to guard this. He attacks my queen. Let's attack the knight. And then he pulls the knight back. Now I'll play here and attack the knight again. Alright, okay, knight e6. I'm going to sacrifice, actually. Okay, let's just sacrifice. Something is going to come from this. He's either going to get mate or something. He moves, check. Okay, let's give a check. And then once he moves the king, I go here. How does he prevent a checkmate? Let's go here. That's mate. If he checks, I go here. Oh, shit. Alright, let's give a check. Alright, I guess it's drawn. Oh, it's drawn. I mean, it's not bad. He's 25.91. Oh, that was the closest. What? Bro, don't tell me I could have won this game. Please don't tell me that G5 was winning. Oh my god, G5 was winning! Just G5, attack the queen. What? That's mate. Oh my lord, man. I went for a draw when I could have just won the game. I'm such a coward, yo. Just G5. I was just worried about like possible checks on my king, but I literally just needed to see that there's no checks. What would he have played? Nothing. I would have won the game. Maybe sack his rook and then check here, but that's not gonna help. All right, we're playing at 25.84. We need to get this win. He plays b6. Let's just go d4. He hits the pawn. Let's guard it. And now we just need to develop normally. He attacks my pawn again. Let's guard it again. And then after e4, I'll play e5 to gain some space. He pulls his knight back. I guess c5 is coming, but that's fine. Let's just castle the king. c5, c3, and queen c7 here. Takes, I'm fine. I just need to keep developing normally. I'm going to start with a3. I want to go b4. This is very similar to a French defense. So let's go b4 here, and after takes, I take. So he plays c4. I'll simply pull my bishop back, and then after h6, I should be able to play a4. And if a5, I play b4, he castles on the queen side, which is very crazy decision to make, because now I could start an attack on his king. I could also trade off my bad bishop. So let's start with bishop a3. I'm going to go b4 and exchange the bishop. The thing is, he's going to start an attack on my king. So let's go knight d2. b4 is coming, and then I'm going to swing my pieces over to his queen side. I need to be careful about a move like f6 though, to be honest. Those are usually annoying. He moves his king. Now I'll play b4 to attack the knight. And then once he moves the knight, I grab the... I mean, I could take the bishop, but I could also go here. And if the bishop takes... Okay, let's just take the bishop, not complicating the game. I have an issue though. I can't do any pawn breaks. He's the only one who is able to do a pawn break. And to win the game, you have to do a pawn break. So I'm going to get my knight back to e1 so that way I can play f4 and f5. And then he prevents that as well. But I should be fine if I play f4. Or let's just take. This will increase the chances of me winning the game. Because now I'll play f4. And then his e-pawn is very, very weak. He plays e5 still. Let's just take. That's fine. He took. Takes I'm not afraid of because his rook is pinned. So I'm going to put my knight back. And if he takes, I grab the rook. If he pushes, my knight gets the score. Pushing kills my bishop, so that is slightly annoying. But he has a knight on the edge of the board, and this bishop is not doing anything. How do I not have any time on the clock? Let's go knight e5. He puts the knight there. I love this move, rook f7, because it pins the knight. He may have to sacrifice some material here, which I do not mind. So he didn't sack. If I check, the knight takes. Alright. Let's just double up the rooks first. I need to figure out what to do with my pieces. That's the thing. And I'm trying to figure out what do I need to sacrifice. Like this bishop's not doing anything, so I need to pull it back to d1. This queen needs to join the game. I may sacrifice something, but that's too risky. Alright. I'm down by an entire minute, so I just have to play fast. I'm not trying to... Okay, he sacked before me. He's threatening this, which is hard to defend. But let's go here to guard it. We may also want to get the queens off the board. Okay, I'm ahead by 1 point, but okay, that's a nice move. But we do this, get the queens off the board, and we are ahead in material in the endgame. If I mess this game up, then do not follow me. Okay, now let's take, that's a very dangerous pawn. He wants to put this knight here. Let's go here and attack this pawn. It's very important that we attack pawns in the endgame. If I get both of my rooks on his 7th rank, then it's over. But that's a free pawn that I want to take. And I'm also trying to keep up the time. Maybe I'll sacrifice back material, but I don't want to be too generous. Okay, what does that do? I'm not seeing. So let's grab the pawn. Nice. And if he pushes, I just go knight f3. Okay, knight e5 was played. What's the threat? Not seeing it. Let's go here. Because Getting rid of the rooks off the board would be nice, because then I have a pass pawn I could roll. I have 30 seconds on the clock. I will not lose this on time. Here he pushed. Let's go here, hit the knight, trying to trade, and my knight holds the e1 square, so I'm not afraid. If he goes here, then I'm not gonna take, but I'm gonna go here and get the rooks off the board. And then I'm gonna go here. It's very tricky actually. Okay, my time is higher than his. If he goes here, I go here. If he takes, I takes. If he checks, I move. Okay, let's go here and attack the rook. And then I'm gonna move my rook. My knight holds the square. He moves the rook. I'm gonna go here, which means I'm threatening to go here. He pushes. Now I'll go here, threatening the bishop. So if he queens, I just take. He moves the rook. So let's just, actually, I'll go here, attack the pawn. Okay, that's fine. Roll the pass pawn. Roll the pass pawn. Let's grab this. That's free. Let's take this. Roll the pass pawn. Okay, let's just go here. I'm winning. Good. Let's take. Do not follow me if I lose this game. Okay, let's go here. The bishop can't take. Get the king in the game. Nice. Let's move the rook. Hit the bishop. Now I'm just trying to queen the pawn. Let's push. Push. Pin the bishop. Let's go! Let's go! 2584. Let's go. Let's go. Damn. Whoa, 4.5. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. 2584. Too strong. I'm just too strong. Okay, I'm playing against at 2580. Let's go a5. A win here would feel so nice. Let's go Petroff. Okay, let's hit the knight. Trying to win this. He takes. Let's just castle. I'll win back the pawn. So he hits my bishop. So we need to take. And then once he takes, the knight takes. We got back our pawn. This is just a drawn position. From here, I need to develop though. Let's put one of my pawns in the center of the board. And once he castles, let's just develop normally. Just taking out the pieces, nothing fancy. Okay, so knight here puts pressure here, and he's putting pressure there twice. So I'll pull my knight back and add an additional defender. I like c6 to guard this pawn. I need to develop my last piece. So he attacks my knight. Have to pull it back. Let's not waste any time. Then bishop e3 develops his bishop. This move attacks his bishop, but he'll just pull it back. So I'm gonna play. Actually, let's go bishop f5. Just develop my last piece. g4 would be a very aggressive move here. I think I should have played h6. He got his rook on the file. So now let's play h6, and then I'll just play c6. And then my development is successful. So let's go here. My pawn structure is nice. I'll go knight here. Queen d2 doesn't do too much. Let's go queen c7 first. So when I go knight g6, I actually attack the knight. And I like rook to e8 just to get my pieces on some open lines. I need to keep up the time. So a5, guess he's trying to get some space. So question is, do I play this or should I allow this? Okay, I'm not afraid of that. Let's just go knight g6. Get rid of this knight so that way my rook gets to file. Okay, let's take. He has the bishop here though, so I need to be careful. And my knight is not as active. b4, I can't see what that does. Let's just put my rook on the open file. And then he plays a4. Now I'll play a6, which means he is allowed to play bishop to b6, so I will not blunder anything here. My weakest pawn is the b7 pawn, which is not easy for him to access. He pulls his bishop back. Looks like he's fancying an endgame. My knight could go here, then here. Let's go knight here, or I'm gonna go knight here. Yes, so that way I'm able to go knight here, then here. Oh, but then he has this. Knight e5. Okay, so c4 was played. That's not a bad move. I think I need to put my knight back. Or do I take first? Yeah, let's take first. And then once he takes, I go here, hit the bishop. And that's a nice knight. He moves. And now I do this. Attack the queen. I need to be careful about his bishop going to b6. He moves the queen. Now I should be able to... Oh, this is risky. Let's go here. And then maybe queen f6. I need to keep all my pieces guarding each other. And I also need to keep up the time. He has two very strong bishops. Alright, so he's pinning my knight. Oh no, I can't play f6. I lost a piece. Oh, how did I blunder so easily, man? I thought I could have played f6. I can't. That's just a free knight. Sheesh. Okay, he took. My queen is still under attack. Okay, let's go back. This is gonna... oh man. Okay, let's take here. Let's just see. We still need to play a few more moves. Anything could happen. We can't trade. We can't trade. Okay, he moves his king. Let's play h5. If you have weird positions, then like if you're losing, you have to start attacking crazily. All right, let's do this. I want to play this and chase his bishop. I also would love to get my rook here, but his queen guards it. Okay, that's a good move since it attacks my rook. But let's go rook here. Okay, but then he takes, and then I'm losing because this is pin. I just lost to 2 pins. That's very embarrassing because after the king move, I have nothing. Very embarrassing, man. Oh boy. Okay, let's do this. Guard the pawn. He still has to be careful. His king is not the safest, but then he's starting mate. Ugh, can't stop that. Okay, which means, okay, let's just move first. He's not resigned yet. Let's see if he's able to mate. Okay, let's just go here. That's coming. Let's do this so I can run. Okay. All right, we're playing at 25.93. This win would feel so good. Let's try the Petroff again. Okay, let's do the same line again. Same idea. He took. Let's just castle. We know what's happening here. Knight goes back. We take and then take. So we don't want to waste too much time. He puts the knight here though, but we should still take and then take here. Now he develops his bishop. I'm thinking of this, but I don't want to get hit with a Greek gift sacrifice. So let me just guard my knight first. And yeah, let's just go d5, holding the knight. c4 hits the pawn. If I takes, he takes. So let's play c6. Just keep the knight guarded. He took. Let's just take. It's an isolated pawn though. So very tricky situation. I'm trying not to use too much time here. I'm just going to develop my 2 pieces. So he develops his bishop. Let me just develop my knight. And then he moves his knight to d4, which means he wants to get his bishop on a long diagonal. Not going to allow that. So let's put our knight on e5, attacking this bishop. I do not have good scores for my light squared bishop. Would be good if I'm able to get it here and then pull back. Let's see what he does. So he plays c3 to guard his bishop. I'm thinking of putting my knight here. I'm thinking of just taking. I like my knights though, that's the thing. I like my knights. If I go here, he push, I go back, then that's not good for me. So let's just put my bishop on d7 first. It's developing the bishop, and okay, the time situation is equal. I may get my queen to h4. He puts his rook on e1. Queen h4. Okay, let's go queen h4. Start some attack on his king, and then I could swing my rook over in the game. Let's see what he does. Alright, so f3 was played, which attacks my knight, which means this is not possible because he's going to take. I could go here. He's going to move the bishop. And if I takes, queen takes here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, let's takes, hit the rook. And then once the queen takes, I go here, hit the queen. I still have an isolated pawn. It's opposite colored bishop though, so I can't exchange the knights if I want to win. Bishop g5 looks like a threat that I need to be aware of. So let's play h6. My knight is unprotected, so well, my pawn and my knight is unprotected, and that's very risky to have more than one unprotected piece. So I need to get my rook over and protect one of them ASAP, or just pull my knight back to e6. Okay, bishop f4 was played. I'm thinking of just knight e6 actually. Oh, but then I trade the knights. It doesn't have to end in a draw. Opposite colored bishop doesn't have to end in a draw. My pawn is isolated. If he takes, I just take with the bishop. Yeah, let's just take with the bishop. So my pawn is fine, but my bishop is bad, and I need to get my rook in the game. He has a good bishop. That's a nice diagonal. Let's get our last piece in the game. It's very important that I keep up the time situation. And the only downside here is the fact that his bishop is better than mine. Okay, he hits the pawn. Let's go a6 or b6. Okay, let's go a6. Putting my pawns on light squares so that way his bishop doesn't do anything. Okay, rook here is interesting. I'm gonna play rook to c6 and then rook to c8 and then try to do a pawn break. So doubling up my rook on a closed file, that doesn't do anything, but I have more time than him, so that's good. I want to do this. So f4 comes with the threat of f5, which is dangerous. And if I play g6, I'm weakening my position. I may have to play g6 though. If I could get my bishop to f5. Okay, if I lose this game is because my dark scores are very weak. So I need to be careful. So I need to at least play fast to put him in some type of pressure. Okay, he pulls his rook back. So he may, well, he goes rook here. That's where he may want to put his rook. Both of his rooks are just so active. Very active rooks he has. Let's play b5. I want to go b4 and just sack a pawn to get my rooks in the game. I may have to even sacrifice material here. So f4 was a very nice move. If I takes, then he checks, and then I go here, and then he checks. Ooh, that's bad. Okay, takes. Okay, let's just take, because if he checks, my rook is able to block. And then if he checks, I go here, and that's not mate. Well, that was close. He has 20 seconds. Let's just play fast. King here, that's not mate. And then if I get my bishop on e4, his rook is locked out the game. Oh, but then he plays this move. If I takes, that's bad. So I'm gonna play here. Let's play here. 12 seconds. Okay, he moves his queen. Let's go here. Actually, I'm gonna go here. Let's go here. Get rid of the rook. Rook takes is very risky. Holy shit. Okay, let's play g6. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, I knew my dark squares were weak, man. This is where I blundered. I should... Queen g5 has to be the move here. Oh, but then he has queen takes e6. There's just so much happening. And then that's me. There's actually a lot happening here. Queen f4 is what I had to play. I wasn't even thinking about queen f4. I just wanted to get rid of his rooks on my half of the board. And the tournament is basically over. Oh.